For residential and commercial construction services you can trust, call Delta Contracting and Design Incorporated in Strattonville today at 814-764-5506. Or if it's concrete and excavating work you need done, then call Ace Concrete and Excavating at 814-764-5551. More on both Delta Contracting and Design and Ace Concrete and Excavating can be found at delcondesign.com. That's DELCON design.com. As you approach retirement, it is important to accumulate assets and build a financial plan that can sustain your lifestyle during your golden years. While calculating the cost of your changing income needs can be daunting, our Retirement Income Evaluator can help you develop a roadmap for the future. To learn more, stop by our office located at 162 South 2nd Avenue in Clarion. Give us a call at 814-223-9990 or visit JanneyClarion.com. Janney Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC. Looking for affordable auto, home, and life insurance? Look no further than Allstate Insurance, the David Jones Agency in Clarion and Meadville. At the David Jones Agency, you get personalized attention from someone who lives where you do. The David Jones Agency meets you where you are. They are available during regular business hours, Monday through Friday at their office, via appointment at the office after hours, or remotely. The David Jones Agency also offers investment opportunities, including annuities and IRAs. The David Jones Agency can be reached in Clarion at 814-223-4000 and in Meadville at 814-337-5107. Buying, selling, or building a home? Then call Burford and Henry Real Estate today at 814-227-7355. For more than 15 years, Burford and Henry Real Estate Realtors have been ready to help you in your next property search. They are also the #1 agency selling more homes in the region than anyone else. And with their Showcase Homes divisions, their expert consultants can help you with building the home of your dreams. Check out Burford and Henry online at burfordandhenry.com. Burford and Henry Real Estate Services, something different. Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Janney Montgomery Scott in Clarion QR Coaches Chalkboard post-game show. I'm Chris Rossetti. He's Jess Quinn. We're sitting here inside a now empty Tippin Gymnasium at Penn West Clarion after watching the Class 2A semifinals. Andy Close was up at St. Mary's High School for the 1A games, and the winners are we've got down here, Otto Elger beat Ridgeway, and Clarion Limestone rallied past Karn City. Union, the big surprise over DuBois Central Catholic up at St. Mary's High School, and just double checking to make sure, but the last I checked there from Andy, it was a pretty big, 43-28 Elk County Catholic over Cameron County. And the surprise of that game, Jordan Wasco played.
He actually played?
He played.
Did they put a brace on his knee?
I guess they put a brace on his knee and he played.
Kind of like Ryan Hummel, for the Central Clarion Wildcats. Blew out a knee and played all season. Was all-state linebacker. So, Wasco.
I don't know how much he played yet, but yeah, he played. Great news for Elk County Catholic in their fan base, and should be a couple of really interesting championship games. Championship Saturday, Super Saturday here at Tippin Gym is set now. It's going to be starting at noon, Karn City versus Chestnut Ridge girls. 2 o'clock is the Red Bank Valley Montauk 2A girls championship game. Hearing we lost sound. Are we back now with sound, folks? If we have sound again, let us know. If you lost that, we were just discussing. I think we lost it when I think what happened, Jess, is we lost the sound when I went to check out the score of the Elk County Catholic.
Okay.
Elk County Catholic won. We were talking about how Jordan Wasco played in that game.
That's incredible. And I said it was like Ryan Hummel for the Central Clarion Wildcats, tore an ACL, was able to play that game, make All-State. I tell you what, I tip my cap to Wasco and we don't know how much he was able to play in there, but even to step on the floor, Chris, it's amazing.
Yeah, really, really awesome thing for a kid. Even though he's not a senior, still, you hate to see it. I was there the night that he got hurt. It was tough to watch. So nice to see that he got back. Now getting into that, we were talking about the games that we're going to be here at Tippin on Saturday, right. And starts at noon with that Carn City versus Chestnut Ridge. Girls AAA sub-regional, and then goes into the Red Bank Montauk game at 2, Union Elk County Catholic Boys A game at 4, Otto and Elk County Catholic Girls A game is at 6, and then the 8 o'clock primetime game, Otto Eldred versus Clarion Limestone in the Boys 2A. Should be a lot of fun. And but to get there, we had to go through what we saw today. And what we saw today were a couple of really, really good basketball games here at Tippin Gym. Otto Eldred never really trailed, and I don't think they ever trailed in the game against Ridgeway. But Ridgeway got them to play their style of game, and it was a low-scoring game.
And that's what we talked about. We, in the pregame, all throughout, even the first half, we talked about, Otto's ability to get out and run. That's where they feel the most comfortable. And what they like to do is rebound and go, shoot threes, play a fast transition game, get steals. And Ridgeway, they played to a Ridgeway style game. They slowed it down, but Otto Eldred, they were up to the task, and they were able to play that style of game and beat Ridgeway at that, at their pace. And that was a testament to the Taylors.
Yeah, and it really, Ridgeway defensively shut down the guards, Francis Cousins and Splain. None of them reached double figures. Who did reach double figures, though, were the 2 guys inside, Brax Caldwell and Sheen Thomas, and they combined for 24 of their 41 points in the win.
And that was huge. It was some of the things that we talked about. It was their ability to hit the boards. And Brax Caldwell, just incredible. I think in the first half, he had 10 of the 24. And then I tell you what, Sheen Thomas, he was just everywhere. Every loose ball, every rebound that went up in the second half, he seemed to be around it. But I'll tell you what, the key to that game was when Coach Francis put him on sword for Ridgeway, because he was doing everything for Ridgeway, and Thomas was up to that task.
Yeah, and we had a chance to catch up with Sheen Thomas, and hopefully this video works here, folks. So we're going to try to catch up here with Sheen Thomas after the game and see if this video works. It might go a little longer, a little bit before we started talking to him. We're going to give it a try here. Here's Sheen Thomas on a Pizza Hut interview.
County Family Campground postgame show. It's time to name our Allegheny Grill of Foxburg player of the game. You're going to look at him right here. Nobody wants to look at me, Jess. I want to look at Sheen Thomas there. Sheen is our Allegheny Grill of Foxburg player of the game. 10 points for the Terrors. And Sheen, how does this feel right now?
It feels amazing, but we still got one more to get.
Been a long time since Otto Eldred made a District 9 championship game, 1997. You guys got really close last year and came up short against Du Bois Central in the semifinals.
Yeah.
Did you guys talk about any of that going into this week, or was it just focused on Ridgeway?
We were pretty focused on Ridgeway because we already got a revenge game against DCC. So we just came in here with confidence.
This game could have gone one of two ways. You could have played it up and down. You could have played it Ridgeway style.
Yeah.
Ridgeway got you to play their style, and you were able to beat them at their style. Is it a little sweeter that you were able to beat them at their style?
Yeah. We came into the game trying to speed them up, and because they're not used to it.
But they slowed you down. Now talk about your guys' ability to play in the half court, and how much did you practice doing what you had to do today?
We've been practicing this since off season. Like Derek always preaches it that we have to get press breaks to speed them up and get easy buckets.
And then defensively, it seemed like after Aaron Soar get that 3-pointer in the fourth quarter to get them back within 2, it seemed like they switched up and they put you on him. Talk about your ability to shut him down the rest of the way.
So Well, I pretty much just had to face guard him and not let him go back door, not let him get an inch of breathing room to do anything.
And I thought really key was what you and Brax were able to do. They were able to shut down your main scorers in Landon and Austin and Manning, but you and Brax came up and combined for 24 of those 41 points. Talk about how, you guys had your moment to shine and were able to come through.
Well, the guards honestly do all the work. They get us open, and all we have to do is catch it, run fast, and score. That's it.
Well, Sheen, congratulations and good luck on Saturday. I'm sure this is a lot of excitement for you right now.
Oh, yeah.
That is Sheen Thomas, our Allegheny Grill of Foxburg player of the game. Folks.
That was Sheen Thomas, and, we talked to him in that interview about they hadn't been to a championship game at Otto Eldred since 1997 when they lost to Keystone. That was a really good Keystone team and had Tom Poor, Andy Poor.
Tom and Andy, yeah.
They've never won a championship as Otto Eldred. Otto Township won 2 titles in District 9, 1944 and 1945. World War II was going on the last time they celebrated a championship up there. And it's some exciting times. Their boys and girls teams are both playing for championships.
They're both playing well.
I would imagine that Otto Township, Eldred Township, they're going to be a long line of traffic coming from up north through Bradford, down through Kane, down 66. I think there's going to be a lot of cars coming down on Saturday.
I would expect them to travel well. Not only it being so long since they had won a championship, but also the fact that both teams are going to be playing here. Both teams are really, really playing well, Chris. We had an opportunity to do, the girls' game. We have an opportunity to see the boys a few times. Very, very exciting styles of basketball they play. Very fun to watch, entertaining. So it's going to be a great Saturday.
It is going to be a great Saturday. And their opponent, Clarion Limestone, local team right here, right outside of Clarion, your alma mater, actually, Jess. But the Lions haven't been here a whole lot either. 2015 was the last time they were here. All the success they've had in conference play, like KSAC, for various reasons, it's never translated into district success. Tonight, they played their conference rival, Karn City, for a full time. They trailed the whole game. And then at the end of the game, they came up with the win. It started because of this Jordan Hesden go-ahead layup, and I apologize in advance, folks. There's going to be a referee kind of in the way, but you'll get the idea. Jordan Hesden grabs an offensive rebound, lays it up, puts CL in the lead for good.
Minute 13 left.
One minute remaining in the half. 1 minute.
Right in between a bunch of bigger bodies, Jess, and they hadn't really rebounded all that well up to that point. And yet here's the little guard at the game's most critical moment, coming up with the offensive rebound and the putback.
I said, Chris, part of my notes watching that game is it was kind of a tale of two halves. Looked at the first half, and Karn City did everything it wanted to, and it was all coming off the glass. It was all coming off the boards. Micah Rupp and Peters, they were everywhere for Karn City, and they built a nice lead, 12-point lead. But it was just like Jordan Hesden's shot there. And at the end, if you remember, I can't remember who was at the foul line, but Jace Ferguson comes up.
I'm glad you bring that up, Jess. Here's
step on your
offensive rebound by Jace Ferguson off of a missed free throw. I think it was Jack Callan, and this really helped seal the win. Just such a big play at a big time.
Well, and that's what I talked to a few different people about this CL team, and it's funny, and I don't want to offend anybody, but it doesn't seem like it has a pure, smooth basketball player on the team. But what they have 5 guys or 8, depending on who's on the floor. They can go that deep. That Chris just hustle. They hustle. I don't know how Jace came up with that basketball. I don't know how Jordan came up with that basketball and was able to get the layup. They just find a way, and that is a typical CL team. They just keep after it. I said before, they were down by 12, but they get a steal. They get a layup. They claw their way back in. It's not a 13-0 run if they get right back in.
I thought a real key shot at the end of the first half was Jack Craig's three-pointer.
Oh, huge.
It got them, I think, back within 5 at halftime. Huge difference between 8 and 5.
Oh, it's a big difference. And you know what? The confidence of that young man, because he had taken 2 threes earlier in the game that weren't even close. But there again, Coach Ferguson has the confidence. Coach Craig, obviously his father, has the confidence in him to put him on the floor to do just that. And he hit a huge shot going into halftime.
I had a chance to catch up with Jordan Hesden after the game, get his thoughts on getting to a championship game. First time he's been there, first time all these players at CL have been there. And here's what Jordan had to say.
Jordan, let's start with the offensive rebound and layup that finally put you guys in the lead. Talk a little bit about what you remember from that play.
Yeah, well, it was kind of a blur. I knew we needed to get those 2 points to go by 1. And thankfully my teammates blocked out just as well as I did, and I got the rebound and put it back up, and we took the lead.
And then you guys get the turnover right after that. How big was that?
That was huge. They had a lot of confidence going into that, and just for that to get that turnover really put them down a little bit. I feel like that's what helped us go over that hump.
You guys were playing from behind the whole game, but it never seemed to let it bother you. How much did the comeback against Union in the KSAC semifinals have to do with the fact that you guys realized you're never out of it?
Yeah, well, we're playing on the same floor. The floor is bigger, and you got to get used to it. And in the Union game, we were up most of it, and then obviously we went behind. But just to get that experience in the crowd behind you, and to know that you can pull through like we did in Union, that's what probably helped us the most.
You played Carson City 4 times. You beat them 3 times, but we were just talking off the air. It's hard to beat them 3 times, isn't it? They know you, you know them. How much respect do you have for that team?
Oh, massive. They're respectful most of the time, and this is my last year, so it's fun going out on a win against a good team.
You get the primetime 8 o'clock game Saturday night. You guys auto-eligible. What are you expecting out of a game like that?
Well, this is my first game like that, so I hope there's a big crowd. I just hope everybody has fun, and hopefully come out with the win, and so we can celebrate it. I think it's our 3rd only district title.
For residential and commercial construction services you can trust, call Delta Contracting and Design Incorporated in Strattonville today at 814-764-5506. Or if it's concrete and excavating work you need done, then call Ace Concrete and Excavating at 814-764-5551. More on both Delta Contracting and Design and Ace Concrete and Excavating can be found at delcondesign.com. That's DELCON design.com.
As you approach retirement, it is important to accumulate assets and build a financial plan that can sustain your lifestyle during your golden years. While calculating the cost of your changing income needs can be daunting, our Retirement Income Evaluator can help you develop a roadmap for the future. To learn more, stop by our office located at 162 South 2nd Avenue in Clarion. Give us a call at 814-223-9990 or visit JanneyClarion.com. Janney Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC. Looking for affordable auto, home, and life insurance? Look no further than Allstate Insurance, the David Jones Agency in Clarion and Meadville. At the David Jones Agency, you get personalized attention from someone who lives where you do. The David Jones Agency meets you where you are. They are available during regular business hours, Monday through Friday at their office, via appointment at the office after hours, or remotely. The David Jones Agency also offers investment opportunities, including annuities and IRAs. The David Jones Agency can be reached in Clarion at 814-223-4000 and in Meadville at 814-337-5107.
Buying, selling, or building a home? Then call Burford and Henry Real Estate today at 814-227-7355. For more than 15 years, Burford and Henry Real Estate Realtors have been ready to help you in your next property search. They are also the #1 agency selling more homes in the region than anyone else. And with their Showcase Homes divisions, their expert consultants can help you with building the home of your dreams. Check out Burford and Henry online at burfordandhenry.com. Burford and Henry Real Estate Services, something different. Buying, selling, or building a home? Then call Burford and Henry Real Estate today at 814-227-7355. For more than 15 years, Burford and Henry Real Estate Realtors have been ready to help you in your next property search. They are also the #1 agency selling more homes in the region than anyone else. And with their Showcase Homes divisions, their expert consultants can help you with building the home of your dreams. Check out Burford and Henry online at burfordandhenry.com. Burford and Henry Real Estate Services, something different.
And Henry, an extra commercial there. We had lost our mic for a second. Wanted to make sure we got it back, but we're back here on the Janney Montgomery, Scott and Clarion QR code coaches chalkboard. Couple games we didn't get to see, but big surprise: Union over DuBois Central Catholic. The 6th seed continues the Cinderella run. Down 10 going to the 4th quarter. Jess, they come back and win the game without talking to Andy Close yet about any details. Just wow.
Wow is correct. I tell you what, can you believe that? But we said the other night, I said, I don't want to go against Union because they had been playing so well. And I went with DCC. I was wrong. I should have stayed with the home team, as being from around here, with Union, because they're on a hot streak, Chris. They're, like you said, Cinderella story.
Could have beaten CL in the semifinals. The KSAC got a 3-point lead and then blew it. But man, if you're DCC though, you had a 10-point lead going to the 4th quarter.
I don't know what happened. I don't. We didn't see any video of it. Haven't talked to Andy yet. But I tell you what, unless Union came out and pressed and started, maybe Xander Laughlin hit some threes, or maybe Johnson hit some threes, or something had to have happened. Union had to have gotten hot to be down by 10 going into the 4th quarter. I almost would have guaranteed a DCC victory.
Yeah, and then Elk County Catholic, didn't really any surprise there. I mean, holy cow, Jess, 27 District 9 titles in Elk County Catholic. 27. 24 of them under head coach Aaron Straub. It's just, it's basically like what day of the week is it in Elks in the championship?
And it is, you look at the program and how many championships that Coach Straub has won over the years, and it's because the boys know exactly what to expect. They know how he's going to coach, his coaching style. They turn the ball over, they come out, they sit on the bench, they get to think about it right away. But they know that going in. And I'm not saying that he's a hard coach or anything like that, but they know what to expect, and he expects them to always play at their best. And it's not a fear, but it's just an expectation that they always play at a very, very high level, and they do.
When you see a team that makes it year in and year out, is that a good thing, bad thing for the district? What's your take on that?
Well, for a long time, you could say that about Keystone and Coach Greg. I just think it's very good coaching, Chris, and I really do. You look at an opportunity that a kid has, and they attend Elk County, or they grow up in the Knox area and they play for Coach Heath, who had a number. How many wins does he have? Both he and Aaron Straub have how many wins between the two of them?
Over 1,500.
Right, it's incredible. So I think a lot of it has to do with that. Sometimes you get streaky, you get a Cal German type of player, and things like that. But a lot of time it comes down to the coach. It comes down to the program that he or she builds.
No question. Union, if my memory serves, 1983, I think it's the last time they won a district title. They made it, I think it was 11 and lost to Elk County. Mm-hmm. But this is a pretty big deal for those folks down in Reimersburg. They used to be a pretty big sports town, and they haven't had a whole lot of success. So to see this run that Eric Mortimer and his team has put together in the playoffs is really a cool thing.
It really is. Did Union play Elk County with Cole Morris? Was Cole playing?
I think that was before Cole. Cole just graduated recently. We're talking all the way back to 2011.
Okay.
Jess.
But anyway, it's been a while for them, and I tip my cap to the hard work that Dawson Camper, that Xander Laughlin, Fleming, Johnson, all those guys have put in, because I watched them play Clarion earlier in the year. Clarion pressed them; they didn't handle it well, and Clarion beat them pretty handily. And to look to see where they're at now, and they are playing very, very well. It's exciting for the Sligo-Ramsburg area and for the Union Knights.
And I think that you look at the matchups, I would expect there to be a decent crowd at Tippin on Saturday. One price gets you in for everything, by the way, folks. $8 for an adult gets you 5 games. $4 for a student gets you 5 games. If you like basketball and you're a kid, you're a high school kid, holy cow, Jess, you're getting in for less than $1 a game.
Chris, my sister-in-law, okay, her name is Libby. Libby Mung was her maiden name, and she was graduated from Union. Her dad, Larry, passed away a few years ago, cancer. Chris, he would come every championship Saturday. He would come for the first game, stay through every game, because he loved the level of play from District 9. So when you said that was a perfect lead, and I was thinking of him, I was thinking of every championship Saturday that he would be here at Tippin Gym. Folks, if you can be here, you will see some very good boys and girls basketball teams.
No question. There should be a lot of really good games. Also, a couple of good games here tomorrow night. You and I won't be here, or at least I won't be here. I don't know. Maybe you'll come up because you're just bored of seeing basketball for 16 hours or something like that. But you have the AAA championship games, Punxsutawney St. Mary's on the girls' side, and Clearfield and St. Mary's on the boys' side. Should be a couple of really great games. Maybe you should come up. You and Andy Close could do the QR code coaches chalkboard show.
Maybe we will. Maybe I'll talk to Andy. We'll see what we're doing.
You guys can do it. I'm going down to Windber to check out Brookville versus Bedford, and then Friday there might be some Concy games going on. Those games tomorrow were originally supposed to be Friday. They're worried a little bit about weather. That weather, it still looks a little iffy. Still don't know exactly what's going to be like Friday, but there could be some Concy games along the weather holds, and then Saturday, obviously the 5 here. Jess and I will be here. We'll probably. I'm pretty sure we're going to broadcast now. It looks like the last 2 games, Jess. So keep an eye out onto the website for that. Still working out some advertising issues with some of that, but we're last time I didn't think we were doing any, and now I'm all of a sudden saying we're doing 2. So that's how quick the business flow changes
that's
sometimes. Right. And we'll not sure how we'll do the coaches the post game show, but we'll figure something out, I guess. Sure. It's going to be a long night.
It's going to be a long day, long night. But I tell you, folks, it's going to be worth it. If you can, come out to Tippin on Saturday.
Well, folks, thanks for joining us here on another edition of the Janney Montgomery Scott in Clarion QR Code Coaches Chalkboard Show. Until next time, Chris Rosexia, and good night for Jess Quinn.